We're having breakfast at Ember Elm at Dollywood's brand new Heartsong Lodge.
Let's see.
Hello everyone, I'm Jay.
And I'm Sam.
And you are watching the Theme Park Foodies, and we're here staying at Dollywood's Heartsong Lodge. And we had dinner already at Ember Elm, but now we're about to have breakfast. And I'm very excited for the breakfast options here because they're a little bit different than what you're going to be able to see over at this sister resort, Dreammoor. Dreammoor usually has a buffet breakfast, but here they have a continental as well as kind of like a full-service breakfast, right?
Yeah, and there's cinnamon bread.
Cinnamon bread, like a special...
Casserole, like a French toast casserole.
Oh my gosh, I've got to try that.
I tried telling myself, like, I'm not going to get it because I've had cinnamon bread 3 times.
We've had it 3 times.
In 2.5 days, but like, when am I going to have it again? So
they've perfected, I feel like, the resort cinnamon breads now too. So when we had stayed over at Dreammoor, they were putting the cinnamon breads kind of like in this paper container, but now they're putting them in the tins. So they're at the bottom, it's holding all of that delicious sugary moisture. So while the grist mill still holds the top cinnamon bread at all of Dollywood, I do recommend getting the cinnamon bread here at the resorts now. It is so good. But today is not about the cinnamon bread at the resort, it's about the breakfast. I think I might get the continental option. We're definitely going to get that cinnamon bread French toast split. And of course there'll be a few other options there. We'll go over the decor of Ember Elm, the theme of Ember Elm, how it complements the resort here. And just so you guys know, the Heartsong Lodge is meant to be themed after the Smoky Mountains, which is a continual point of inspiration for Dolly Parton. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
If you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe. Join us for our breakfast at Ember Elm at Dollywood's brand new Heartsong Lodge. Seeing the peak fall foliage here in the morning at the Heartsong Lodge is definitely one of the benefits of staying here. Right there is the entrance, and as you walk in, you'll be greeted, or at least we were greeted, by a large picture of Dolly Parton. To the right as you walk in, they do have this beautiful LED screen that changes out with the seasons. They have this also at Dreammoor, but it's much larger here. And to get to the restaurant, we are going to walk past this 2-story large eternal fireplace and head left. Anyone else feel like that portrait at the front maybe should go there? Either way, the fireplace is very picturesque and obviously gives that warm lodge feel. When viewing from the outside, this area is actually supposed to look like a giant lantern with the fireplace at the center. We are staying here during Christmas as well, and you can see a lot of their Christmas trees have those dark brown tones that again bring that wildernessy, I don't want to say wilderness lodge because that's Disney, but that wilderness lodge type of vibe. We found a hidden duck, Sam, right?
I think that means something.
Does that mean something? He's just in here, yeah. And we'll need to head down this hallway to get to Ember Elm. Now, Ember Elm also has an attached restaurant called The High Note. It's like right outside near the pool. It's got a bar and it's a full-service table restaurant. Delicious looking food. We weren't able to eat there during this visit, but it's only open from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. So you can only get lunch and dinner there. You cannot get breakfast. If you want breakfast, you'll have to go to Ember Elm, or you'll have to go to the Songbird Market.
And Ember Elm is not open for lunch, only breakfast and dinner.
Here we are, Ember Elm. Let's check in. You can see the center of a tree stump is kind of a resonant design feature throughout, not just Ember Elm, but the entire resort. We even saw it in the bed linens when we were staying in the rooms, and you can actually see it on the carpets as you walk to the rooms as well. So it's nice to see that reflected here. A lot of the natural light comes in here during the day, makes it a bit more well lit. All right, so we have the menus. You can see the Continental Breakfast is $19. It's $15 for children 9 and younger. So they have like a bunch of different options. I think I'm gonna get that so I can show you guys everything that's in it. They also have these really good looking specialty options like this country ham biscuit Benedict, the Heartsong omelet, and then obviously the cinnamon bread French toast casserole, which we're definitely getting. All right, so to your left as you walk in, you'll see kind of this open kitchen. They actually use that furnace back there to make flatbreads, and this is where the Continental Breakfast is. It's $19 per person, $15 for kids. Let's go over everything they have. They do have some fresh fruit. Looks like these little mini croissants, assorted muffins, biscuits, pastries, have bagels, bread. They have a toaster. Oh, look at these jams. They have blackberry, spiced peach, strawberry, and raspberry compote jams, cream cheese with strawberries, and then green onion cream cheese, trout dip, dill sour cream. Looks like some butter. The breakfast charcuterie platter. It has avocado, hard-boiled eggs, capers, pickled red onions, and crisp baguettes. Looks very good. All these different cheeses. Eats including salami and smoked ham, stone ground grits, old-fashioned oatmeal, and then different mix-ins that you can get. First, we've got the fresh in-house made biscuits, Swaggerty's sausage gravy, and then it looks like they have Raisin Bran, and I'm not sure if these are frosted flakes or just some flakes. All right, so I tried just to pick a few things that I thought popped to me, because we did get 2 other entrees. And I did want to be able to show you guys everything they had up there, so I didn't want to just walk up there and film. I wanted to be able to pay for it, be a good patron. Again, this was $19. I tried to get some of the more high-end looking things. So this is the trout dip. So it's just a dip with some trout. I'm gonna see how this tastes. So I was expecting it to be fishy. Tastes almost like it's like a trout salad, like a tuna salad, but with trout. This is unique. I wish I was better with describing flavors. Unique trout taste. This kind of melts in your mouth. It's very high quality. I just think if you're paying $19 for that, the items need to feel high quality. That definitely was. I will give that trout dip an 8. Very good. Let's try this salmon now. Well, usually you would put this on like a bagel with some cream cheese, but obviously I got a lot more coming. So I just want to see how this salmon is. I kind of want to put that on a bagel with some cream cheese. It's good. 4 blocks, I would give that an 8 too. Now, sometimes you get a little chewiness with the salmon. You can get that. Now, this is one of their specialties. You can actually get this over at the Songbird Market. It is the Haggerty's Biscuits and Gravy. Biscuits are made fresh here, in-house daily. Sausage gravy. If you're not having biscuits when you're in the South, you're not like eating right. You know what I mean? Man, it's so good. I think I'm learning about myself as we vlog more and more, Sam. I just love biscuits. Like a well-made biscuit is like my flavor profile. A sausage gravy.
It's a comforting food.
Yeah. Sometimes you can taste, because sausage is just kind of a bunch of meat thrown in a grinder. Sometimes you can get like a little gaminess with sausage. No gaminess with that at all. Just a little, you just chew right on the sausage or little bits of sausage that are in that, and they kind of just melt in your mouth. The gravy perfectly absorbs all of the different like flavors. I would give that another like 8. So good. All right, last thing on my plate is this little Danish. I had to try at least one of the Danishes, right, Sam?
Yeah, why not?
Raspberry or cherry, I'm not sure. Cherry. Good. Standard Danish.
It's not the star.
Yeah. Better than Entenmann's, but not blown away. But good. Yeah, I'll give this a 6. All right, so Sam decided to grab a coffee for herself here. This isn't Starbucks, right? Or is it?
I don't think it is. I think that they would say it if it was.
Yeah.
They would be like,
it's Starbucks at the Songbird Market, which is why I was wondering.
It's a solid coffee. I'm surprised that they don't have like breakfast, cocktails or like maybe specialty coffees, because I definitely remember that at Dreamore, them having specialty coffees and stuff. It was just plain coffee.
From what I've been hearing is they were trying to target this more towards families, which is why the bar space over at the High Note is very small. Although I do think, like we've said this in other videos, they should turn that Dolly Parton room into a room for like lounges again, cocktails. But yeah, what would you give the coffee?
It's a solid coffee, and I like the mug. I would give it a 7, but it's just a plain coffee.
It's coffee.
It's coffee.
All right, so our main entrees have arrived, Sam. This is definitely an Eggs Benedict, but what is it called and what's in it?
It looks so good. This is the Benton's Country Ham Biscuit Benedict. So it has a fresh baked biscuit, 2 poached eggs, a fried green tomato, Benton's Country Ham, black peppermill gravy, and then you can either get breakfast potatoes or stone ground grits. We got the potatoes. They usually come with peppers and onions, but we took them off. Looks so good. And I already know I'm gonna love it because I had the gravy with my fried chicken last night, and we had the fried green tomato appetizer, and they
those two things
were really excellent. So like I'm sure that it's gonna carry through.
Yeah, so keep a lookout for our dinner review. Probably coming out before this one. Put it in the description of this video. Let's see how that egg yolk milks. That's a milky yolk.
Looks so good. I mean, the egg was cooked perfectly.
That's a juicy boy. You gotta make a mess. And the good thing about the eggs Benedict is like you get a little bit of that yolk in your potatoes. Adds a little bit more flavor to them.
I gotta get, any ham on that one?
Yeah, there's some ham on there. You always use a little more ham though.
Wow. The ham is really good. I feel like usually when you get eggs Benedict, the ham is like a thicker cut ham. This is so good, like it's not, the ham.
What was the name of this man's ham?
Benton.
Benton. Benton's got the prime ham.
Has some good, like, country ham. Oh my gosh. So good. So much texture. Gooey, but then you got the fried green tomato.
And you already snuck a few of the breakfast potatoes.
Even without the peppers and onions, they're very good. They have flavor. This is so good. The ham is not salty, like overly salted. The egg is cooked perfectly. These biscuits here, like, can't be beat. Like, they got the biscuit game on lock at this restaurant. So, oh my gosh. I'm so happy we got this. I'm gonna get a 9.
Wow. So they've gotten a few 8s just off of their breakfast, Continental Breakfast, and now they're getting a 9 for this. That's almost a perfect 10 for a Benedict.
This is one of the best Benedicts I ever had. I like the country style. I like putting the fried green tomato, giving it that southern flair. It just is really tasty. I would definitely get this. You want to get this.
Cinnamon bread, French toast. What's in it?
This is Dollywood's world-famous cinnamon bread, soaked in milk custard and baked in a cast iron skillet, served with vanilla butter and maple syrup.
Okay, so they gave us the maple syrup here on the side. I just want to try it just bare.
There's no way that this isn't going to be, like, out of this world.
It's amazing. Very good. I just realized something as I'm eating it, though. Is cinnamon bread French toast kind of already? It has cinnamon, it has butter, it's baked, it's not like fried on a skillet. But then I'm like, I ate this, I'm like, wait a second. It tastes like French toast, but it tastes like cinnamon bread. Are these the same thing? The skillet adds to it though. Oh man.
Well, it's not a loaf, it's more like pieces?
It's like diced, you can see. You can see it's got these little gooey parts. I don't think you really need this, but you know what? Let's give this a shot. Let's give it a little. Give it a little dip. The maple syrup takes away from the cinnamon flavor, so you don't need that, in my opinion.
I feel like cinnamon bread. We were talking about this yesterday. Like, I don't even think it needs the icing or anything else.
It's super sweet. This is so good. Without the icing. I mean, I would give cinnamon bread at the grist mill in the park a 10. I think I would still prefer that because it's just a classic. But this definitely takes a classic and it puts it in a new area. It's a breakfast area. So I'm going to give it a 9. Taste, if you had cinnamon before, it tastes very similar to cinnamon bread. It has these very kind of moist areas within the skillet. The skillet keeps it warm. And it gets like a crispy outer edge around it. It is very good. It's just like the gristmill cinnamon bread is like upper echelon, top of the mountain. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think you can improve on that. So when you just change it, it's still amazing. But it's just, you know, you gotta compare them, but you can't. Does that make sense, Sam?
No.
All right, Sam's gonna try the cinnamon bread French toast skillet. It's amazing, but it's just like, it tastes just like cinnamon bread to me.
It's crispier.
Yes, the crispy outer edge is what changes it.
I actually like it because it's like little pieces. Like the cinnamon bread, you kind of have to like pull apart. It gets messy. I like having the little bite-sized pieces.
Pre-cut cinnamon bread.
Yeah,
But you get what I'm saying, though. It's just like cinnamon bread and French toast have very similar flavors. So it's hard to imagine how French toast adds to a cinnamon bread.
It's just really the getting soaked in the milk custard is really the only difference. I really like this, and I really feel like you kind of have to get this. Even if you get it and you just have it like as like a shareable thing with your party, like I feel like you gotta get it.
In Park cinnamon bread grist mill is a 10. Now, do you agree this is a 10? I brought it down to a 9 because I think you can't add on perfection.
Yeah, I would agree with your 9, but I would definitely get it.
It's a must get. You just gotta eat cinnamon
and share it with your group. I wouldn't recommend. I mean, you can if you want. I wouldn't recommend this just being your whole breakfast. It's a
little too sweet.
It's a very sweet breakfast. But yeah, this is a pretty amazing breakfast though so far.
Yeah, and when you're in Dollywood, you gotta eat cinnamon bread like every day.
Yeah, but also
multiple times.
Benedict, like this has been a really good meal. I honestly, I'll talk about it at the end.
Very good meal. Head out and talk about our thoughts. The Smokies in our view. All right, so that does it for our breakfast over at Ember Elm. I do want to say, comparison for the food, I mean, both food quality over here in Song and Hearth is great, but I think I prefer the breakfast here.
Yes.
Yeah.
That blew me away. That was delicious.
The biscuits and gravy was one of my favorite things that I had at Song and Hearth. You now have here with the Continental Breakfast, but also they use those delicious biscuits on like what we had, the Eggs Benedict. Also, that French toast or cinnamon bread French toast, little skillet, delicious. Everything was so good. It's hard for me to say like what my favorite is, but I do think it was probably the Eggs Benedict that we got.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
All the components were just amazing. Like those biscuits, the ham. The ham actually was a little bit salty as I got into it, but it was still so good.
Yeah.
And with that gravy,
I think it added to it. I think it added to like the flavor.
Very good ham.
With the biscuit. But yeah, the ham was delicious. The biscuits and gravy.
The eggs were cooked perfectly.
The Continental Breakfast for $19. Now my only thing with that is you get coffee and you get juice with it, which is a good deal. So you have to pay extra for that. And Sam got a coffee, but like they included in there, so it was very nice.
Yeah, because he didn't get coffee. So
yeah, and she didn't get the Continental Breakfast, so that was nice. Very accommodating of them. I do think it would be nice if they had like some scrambled eggs in there, some type of like a bit more like protein for the $19. But other than that, like I think it was right on. And the fact that you have the option if you want the Continental, or if you want to get a Continental and like what we did, 2 entrees to try to split. That was the way to go for us. It was a bit of an expensive breakfast, but we wouldn't have probably gotten the Continental. I wanted to be a good citizen. I didn't want to just go over and film the Continental. I wanted to show you guys and actually taste some of the things. I did want to bring up the decor as well. I go a bit more into this when we do our dinner review here, but the decor I would say is like a modern lodge type of look. It's like a modern style meets a lodge theme. A lot of like incandescent lights that you could see in like these like modern kind of renditions of Disney resorts. But also it has like the moss on the wall, and then again you see like those tree stump rings throughout. So it's like the artwork that they use throughout the resort is like very naturalistic, which I appreciate, and I think it accentuates the beauty of the resort itself. There are some design features I'm not that I'm against them, I'm not the biggest fan of, because I was thinking when we saw the resort, and I say this more in our tour video, I was thinking Wilderness Lodge over at Disney World. And it's definitely not that, but it's still a lot of fun, and really enjoyed it.
Amazing service.
Yeah.
Crystal,
our server, so good. Yeah.
So good.
If you can get Crystal, she was great.
Great recommendations. So like sometimes you'll ask a server like for a recommendation, and they're just kind of like they don't know what to say or they're not prepared.
Yeah.
She was like she had her top 3 ready to go.
Yeah.
She was really sweet.
On point. Always asking how we were doing. It's great. And if you enjoyed the content, please like and subscribe. Liking will really help our channel grow. It pushes this video out into the stratosphere of the YouTube algorithm. Helps other people find the video. Subscribing, it also helps our channel grow. Hit the bell notification so that way you're notified every time that videos come out, which is when, Sam?
Every Monday and Thursday at 12 p.m.
Thanks so much for watching. Don't count the days.
We'll make the days count.
We'll see you next time. That's all, folks. We sure are going to be missing these views, right, Sam?
And that cinnamon bread. Like, I did feel like I ate too much of it, but also, like, it's been 2.5 years.
Yeah,
so
right?
I had to make up for all the lost cinnamon bread I didn't have.
We had cinnamon bread every day, sometimes multiple times a day. We went cinnamon bread crazy. It's the Dollywood way, cinnamon bread and biscuits.
This is the way.
Yeah. It was so nice, though, too. Like, this time of year is great because not only do you get, like, the Christmas stuff in the park and the Christmas stuff at the resort here, but also you get to see, like, almost peak fall foliage. It's a little past peak, but still.
So beautiful.
Yeah, such a beautiful sight, and it really is so kinetic in the back of this resort at night with the different fireplaces and the water moving off in the background. And it felt relaxing even though we filmed a lot.
Yeah.
It's nice. All right, let's head home to Frank.